What's up, nerds? It's time for Nerdy News. Hey nerds, it's that time of the week where I catch you up on everything you've missed in the world of nerdy news. Don't worry, I've done all the hard work for you. It's been a pretty wild week or so in the world of nerd, so let's get right at it, starting with Star Wars. First of all, Skeleton Crew has been pushed back until December of 2024. Only a couple people are really upset about this. There has been a leak of the Andor Season 2 teaser, and it looks pretty dope, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty dope. Speaking of schmizni, Disney, Bob Iger met with the execs at a huge board meeting and said that we're gonna focus more on quality over quantity for now. We're gonna shelve some stuff, but he said that before, like a lot of times, so it literally means nothing to us anymore. But there's a lot of Marvel news, like a whole bunch of Marvel rumors and news came out, including Michael Waldron, the creator of Loki season 1 and 2, who wrote a couple of episodes for Loki. He is now tapped to write Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty. Why not hire the actual writers from Loki? I don't know. I don't work for Disney. I just report the news. Also, as a result of the huge board meeting with Bob Iger, most of the Marvel special presentations will now be shelved. And this is all due to Disney underperforming horribly, way below their expectations. They're used to making $1 billion a property, and they are barely even breaking even on these things. I did hear that Witch's Road is still on. They're just going to handle it differently. Nobody knows what that means. Some shows will be getting a second season with longer seasons. Those shows are She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Moon Knight. Hopefully, this time when they do She-Hulk, they will have more action. It'll be more cohesive and more episodic. My thought was, if they're doing like an Ally McBeal thing, it should definitely be episodic. And with it being a superhero show, I mean, there's so many possibilities. Your cold open should be a bad guy or a superhero has some kind of kerfuffle and, or no, I need legal help now. And then the title screen, and then the rest of the episode is they go to She-Hulk, attorney at law, and ask for help. She-Hulk gets involved. Comic book ensues. They didn't do that season 1. Her character was definitely comic book accurate, but the show itself was a bit of a mess. Saying that politely. So hopefully they've learned their lesson from that. Miss Marvel, look, say what you will, Iman Vellani is Kamala Khan. She is 1000% that character. Damn adorable. And the kid knows her stuff. And apparently has a bitch book that she carries around to complain to Kevin Feige like, no, can't do that. I see her as being a huge part of the behind the scenes stuff going forward. And hey, when I'm wrong, but it doesn't happen often. Taika Waititi also had stuff to say in a Variety article where he said he never wanted to direct a Thor movie. Way back when he was offered Thor Ragnarok, he was like, I've never read a Thor comic. I don't know anything about the character, but I got these 2 kids to feed and I'm poor. You're poor? Shut the up. But because of the absolute disaster that happened with Thor Love and Thunder, they are now taking Thor in a completely different direction. Thank you. Keep going with that. Rumor. Anna Taylor-Joy is being looked at to play a female Herald of Galactus. Now, notice how I said that, because none of the sources that I've spoken to, that I've read, that have explained this rumor, none of them said a gender-swapped Silver Surfer. None of them said that. They said a female Herald of Galactus. And if you've read one Silver Surfer comic, then you know there has been female heralds of Galactus. The one specifically that they're looking at is Frankie Ray, aka Nova, aka Juno, depending on the universe. But there absolutely positively has been a female herald of Galactus, and that's what they're looking at. Possibly. Rumor, okay? Take everything with a grain of salt until it's actually up on the screen or been announced officially from Marvel. Anna Taylor-Joy is a fantastic actress. I loved the character of Frankie Ray as a 90s adolescent. This could be a good move. And they're not saying there's not going to be a Silver Surfer, because in fact, a Silver Surfer special presentation was in the works before the strikes and everything. They said most of the special presentations would be shelved, not all. So that still could be happening. Another casting rumor is Cillian Murphy. I adore him. He's such a fantastic actor. Cillian is being eyed for the role of Doctor Doom. We need Doctor Doom. We're hungry, Marvel. Feed us Doctor Doom. Stir it in a pot, cook it up, put it on our plate. Well, we will eat that up. I promise. But they are looking at Cillian Murphy for a cameo as Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four film. So we won't have a complete role. It'll be a cameo. It's their way to introduce him. Marvel had its own leak this week, like a day before they actually released it. But the behind the scenes featurette of Agatha Darkhold Diaries has had many names. Behind the scenes featurette, it came out and it looks good. The scenes from the Witch's Road where they're all barefoot, they're barefoot out of respect. But the scenes of them on the Witch's Road looks very much like the comic book and makes me believe that the Scarlet Witch will be in the Agatha show. Because according to Marvel, our Wanda is dead. And the Witch's Road is kind of this in-between place. In the comics, that's where Wanda actually sees and speaks to her biological mother, who is dead. So it is a chance to kind of flip that and we get some Wanda action. We're also hearing that they have to sing a song, like a spell, together as a coven to enter the road. That's the only way to do it. And you have to have a green witch. A green witch is an earth-based magical practitioner. And that is what Aubrey Plaza, what her character of Rio Vidal, that's what her character is. So they have to have her to gain access to the Witch's Road. We're also hearing that an actual full-length Scarlet Witch film is in the works with Jack Schaefer, the creator of WandaVision, will be helming. So that's good news because WandaVision was good. It was so dope. So let's just really hope that they let her do her thing on that. Since the strikes have now come to an end, Wonder Man and the Vision Quest series both have been removed off the shelves and are due to start filming in the coming year. I don't know when, but it will be next year. So that's exciting, maybe. It depends on how good they are. Also, Deadpool 3 has resumed filming, and we're also hearing that it's going to be the only full-length film to be released by Marvel in 2024. That could be a good thing. Okay, we know that this could be a good thing. And also, Doctor Strange 3 is being developed with Sam Raimi at the helm. And congratulations, fans of Raimi's style. You're getting a twofer because he's apparently directing Secret Wars as well. Now on to the world of DC. It has been announced that Skylar Gisondo, known for his role in The Righteous Gemstones, but he has been officially cast as Jimmy Olsen in Superman Legacy. Congratulations, James Gunn. That was a good one. Good call. He looks just like Jimmy Olsen, right? And he plays that awkward, kind of genteel character perfectly. James Gunn has also announced that he has been working on the Peacemaker Season 2 script for some time. He did say as soon as he was done writing Superman Legacy, he would start writing that. So please, come on. Come on, give us Peacemaker season 2. Peacemaker season 1 was so good. I've watched it 6 or 7 times, but these extreme long breaks in between seasons like they do on shows now is very frustrating for people. Most of us comic book nerds are middle-aged, so if you take too long, we're going to forget what happened and then we're going to lose interest, or either or. So I understand that there's many reasons for that, quality, etc., but we got to figure something out, guys, because we're getting old. Okay, we're taking our ginkgo biloba, but it's not working. Okay, we need you to keep in mind your target audience has early onset dementia at this point. Also, awesome rumor, DC is developing a Wonder Woman video game similar to Gotham Knights. That would be so cool. I would love a Wonder Woman video game. According to Dave Bautista and James Gunn's Instagram accounts, Dave Bautista visited James Gunn at DC Studios this week. I do have it on good authority that Bautista was pretty much done with Marvel and Schmizney several years ago, and he kind of got screwed in his contract. He only thought he had to do 3 films total as Drax, and they were like, oh no, you need to do 3 full Guardians films. Other than that, we can use you for anything until the 3rd film gets made. And he really didn't like the golden handcuffs, so he's probably really excited to jump ship over to DC. He loves James Gunn, they work well together, and he's probably tired of the full body prosthetic makeup because that took several hours for him, and he's getting older. Who wants to work out that much? I mean, obviously I don't, but I'm sure he's tired. He's getting older, so maybe a nice, Kilowog where he doesn't have to wear prosthetic makeup and they can do like a CGI thing. That's my suspicion. It's my speculation. And finally, for DC, and unfortunately for the world, the entire Hollywood box office this holiday season entirely depends on one film, Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom. Womp womp. Yeah, it's not good at all. You need to hurry up, get it over with, rip it off like a Band-Aid, get Jason Momoa over to Lobo really fast. Just get it over with. And in other nerdy news, Scream 7 has lost all its actors. After Melissa Barrera used her First Amendment right of expressing her views on the situation in Gaza, they fired her immediately after. And when that happened, Jenna Ortega was like, bye guys. I didn't think that was cool, so she quit. Apparently, they've tried to get Neve Campbell back to save the project, but it doesn't look like it's happening. She says, you'd have to pay me way more than you're willing to. And so the whole film is probably going to get canned. That's my opinion. That's my speculation that Scream 7 just isn't going to happen at this point. Speaking of sequels, Beetlejuice 2, highly anticipated. Everyone's concerned because let's face it, anytime we've breathed life back into our old favorites from our childhood, it hasn't exactly gone well in the last few years. Willem Dafoe is attached to the project, and apparently his character is a dead police officer. Who doesn't love Willem Dafoe? The Boys apparently is getting yet another spin-off. Why? The Boys Mexico is going into development. Okay? The Boys in Mexico. I'm hearing Diego Luna is a part of it. Is The Boys the only thing making money for Amazon Studios? If so, that's your own dumb fault. You canceled Peripheral and Night Sky, 2 incredible, intriguing, and well-done series that my boyfriend actually wanted to watch. He doesn't really watch TV, doesn't care, but he liked those shows. So if you can get someone like that to sit and watch your show and then you cancel it, that's just stupid. Like, it's just, doesn't make fiscal sense, guys. I mean, J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek, you had them and you just went, but please, let's make a 3rd Boys show. But this time it's in Mexico. Official word on the filming of the Star Trek Section 31 special presentation film is that the official filming schedule will be January 29th through March 31st of this coming year. Very cool. A Section 31 centered project could be really, really interesting. I've always loved every episode where Section 31 was involved. What about Star Trek Legacy? Nothing official yet, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Terry Matalas did the impossible with Star Trek Picard Season 3. And what sucks for all the other franchises, IP studios, is that old Terry Matalas showed him it could be done. He showed everyone that you can take a franchise that has been struggling, a show that was struggling for 2 seasons, and completely revive it and reinvent it, and universally loved across the board by all fans of that franchise. He showed everyone it could be done. So I think we should just hire Terry Matalas for everything. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, things are rough when a third Sonic the Hedgehog movie has more hope from the fan base than anything. And finally, Garth Ennis has been tapped to write the Christopher Nolan directed next Bond film. Who's his choice for Bond, you ask? Why, it's none other than Magneto, Michael Fassbender. Yeah, I could see that. I could. Now, off-screen producer Dave, huge Bond fan, says, yeah, but I feel like he's getting too old and kind of tired of the middle-aged Bond. But I like Michael Fassbender. I think he's a wonderful actor, and I think he would be a great Bond. I want Henry Cavill. Absolutely. I think he would be an amazing Bond, or Tom Hardy. Give me Tom Hardy any day. But nerds, that's all I got for you this week in the world of nerdy news. If you like the content I'm putting out here, please, please sacrifice that like button to our algorithm overlords, smash that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with more nerdy news. If you would like to help support the channel, we have several options for you to do so. You can scan this QR code right here. You can tip us as little or as much as you like by using that QR code. You can also visit our Patreon and sign up for one of 3 tiers starting as little as $3 a month with your first week free, and a million perks, including your name at the end of every Comics and Cosmetics video. And you can also check out our merch store that has sweet shirts like this, coffee cups, travel cups, pillows, you name it. We've got literally everything, and it's on sale right now. Until then, nerds, I hope you have an awesome and a wizard week, and I will see you in the next one. Stay nerdy, babies. Bye.